stolen Haynes' AI program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested?
The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers hint that Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, will join the plot for revenge on Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Sharon will help Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, strike back as this rivalry reignites, so Y&R fans can expect plenty of drama. Phyllis and Sharon were enemies for many years, but they finally found some common ground while stuck in captivity together. Sharon and Phyllis saved each other's lives during all the Martin Laurent, Christopher Cousins, mayhem, so they came close to being friends. However, Sharon obviously isn't happy about Phyllis joining forces with Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, on this whole Newman takeover fiasco. Nick couldn't get through to Phyllis, so Sharon doubts that her opinion will make much of a difference either. That said, Sharon will decide to speak her mind anyway. Any progress that Sharon and Phyllis made toward peace will blow up as a fierce face-off gets underway. During the week of January 26 to 30th, Nick and Sharon will make a bold move against Phyllis. Sharon and Nick will push Phyllis to take responsibility for her role in the chaos that the Newmans are dealing with right now. It sounds like Nick and Sharon will launch a heated confrontation, but Phyllis will continue to defend her actions. Since Phyllis felt like a mistreated loser for so long, she's not sorry for doing everything in her power to be a winner and gain some real power in Genoa City. Sharon may remind Phyllis that taking an every woman for herself approach didn't work when they were trapped at that psychiatric clinic. It wasn't until Phyllis and Sharon learned to be a team that they finally got out of there. Sharon may argue that Phyllis' selfishness isn't going to pay off now either. Kane is just as selfish and will probably burn Phyllis in the end, so that may be something Sharon points out, too. Of course, we can assume Phyllis won't budge when it comes to her current stance. Phyllis will dig her heels in, so Sharon may plan to help grind Phyllis to dust since that's what Nick already promised. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Nick will have a revenge helper with Sharon by his side, so stay tuned for updates on any shocking news to come. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers hint that Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, may escape from jail before his upcoming trial. Will Matt vow that the Newmans must pay and kick off one final plot for vengeance? Y&R fans will recall that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, was quite vague about his Matt plans. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, wanted to know how Victor would handle Matt, but Victor just kept insisting he'd take care of it. The show obviously made it seem like Victor was going to terminate Matt or hold him hostage in a dungeon somewhere. Victor indeed Matt stashed in a room at the Newman Ranch at one point, but none of that mattered in the end. In the January 26th episode, it'll be revealed that Matt was arrested and that he's being held without bail. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, will count on Matt getting convicted at his upcoming trial and will hope he stays locked up for good. However, Nick will point out that they've learned by now not to underestimate Matt. This guy is a pest who just keeps coming back, so it's easy to see why Nick will still be concerned. Based on Nick's comments, it'll seem like this Matt story has one last chapter to go. That seems to line up with 2026 preview info when we look at what Y&R head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith told TV Insider. Griffith insisted that Matt would make plenty of new enemies and cause more issues for the whole Newman clan. That hasn't really happened yet since Matt's storyline has been pretty isolated to the same key players who were in Los Angeles. Plus, Griffith hinted about Matt coming back once everyone thinks the nightmare is finally over. And just when we think he's out of the picture, we find out he's not, and we're heading towards a huge showdown that will incorporate a lot of aspects of the past in a very dramatic way, Griffith teased. Does that mean Matt will escape from police custody in the not-too-distant future? Will Matt prove he's as slippery as ever by giving his guards the slip and wreaking more havoc? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Matt may have a chance to resume his revenge mission, so stay tuned for updates on all the terrible news to come. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of January 26 to 30th indicate some high drama is about to hit Genoa City. Dominic Newman Abertwinter's Chancellors, last played by Rain and River Ware, Disappearance and Detective Burrows will issue a huge SOS. Devon Winters and Abby Winters' alarming discovery. Dominic is about to go missing and unfortunately, it seems that Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, may be to blame for this. Devon and Abigail are going to need help to figure out who is behind this. Detective Burrows will get pulled into this mess and will try to figure who is behind the kidnapping. However, Mariah would probably be the last person Devon and Abby would consider kidnapping him. Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziardi, and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, will ultimately get pulled into that story, so maybe they could help put some Mariah puzzle pieces together. Mariah's mental state is terrible and she is finding herself pulled closer to the teachings of Ian Ward, Ray Wise. Mariah is dragging Dominic into danger, and that is not far to this innocent child. Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott's troubles. Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, seem to have come to a major drop-off point in their relationship. Billy and Sally agreed to run Abbott Communications together, and now Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, is offering him Chancellor, the company his mother took away from him and sold to Victor Newman, Eric Braden. Sally is not likely to stay with Billy if he chooses Kane's offer over their relationship and business. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, is right in the middle of this. Phyllis isn't about to allow Kane to get by with this. Victor promised Jabot to Phyllis and took it away from her. Phyllis may consider Chancellor to be her consolation prize. Victor Newman considers an alliance. Victor may consider setting up an alliance with Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. It is not going to be easy for these two to get on the same page. Victor is still convinced that Jack could have killed Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, when he was trying to get Nikki off alcohol again. Will they have to join forces in the end to save themselves from Kane? Victor is going to have to make some strategic moves if he is going to beat Kane at his own game. Kane has truly gotten to Victor this time and has shaken him to the core. Will Victor and Jack finally put this vendetta behind them and work together to stop a common enemy before they both lose everything? If Victor does that, I don't think it would work anyway because Damian Kane knows Victor wouldn't kill them or hurt them. Devon and the rest of Genoa City would lose their minds if Victor really did something bad to them. Plus, Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, already tattled to Lily and the kids about what Damian Kane has done with his AI. I think the one thing that might scare Damian Kane is if Victor has somebody bad kidnap them. Somebody like Matt Clark, right? That would be insane. But we've not seen Matt's corpse. I doubt Victor killed him. I think he's got him locked up and he might keep Matt around on a leash to do his dirty work. Let's be real, Victor's had worse people as his henchmen. You guys remember Marco?